Hi, this is Francesca. I was asked to talk about making friends with stress and self-acceptance for this video. When I think about stress and making friends with stress, I think about this idea that stress is self-imposed, or maybe we can look at the idea of it being 100% self-imposed. And a question that could follow from that is it possible to live without stress? And stress in the way, negative stress that causes us more stress and that doesn't feel good. I think there's a good side to stress, which is something that challenges us and allows us to grow and become a better version of ourselves. So in this case, when I'm using the word stress, I'm talking about the kind of stress that manifests in the body and causes dis-ease, causes pain and suffering, causes you not to feel good and not act like you want to act like your full self, your best self. So when I think about making friends with stress, it's just like any other difficult emotion. It's kind of you've probably heard this before, but it's one of those things where you need to invite it in. You need to invite it in and almost sit down with it, as a metaphor. Sit down with it, invite it in for a cup of tea, be with it. And so we're not actually taught how to do that growing up. We're taught to do many different things, taught different coping skills, and we learn different coping skills along the way to deal with these uncomfortable emotions. And I thought in this video I could show you one way to sit with this negative stress, to be with these uncomfortable emotions, and to see if anything emerges from that. So if you're ready, I think we should begin. So go ahead and you can either sit up in a chair like I'm doing, or if you'd like to lie down on your back or your belly, I invite you to do that as well. And just take a moment to get comfortable here. And you can go ahead and close your eyes when you feel ready. If you're not quite ready or in the right state of mind to close your eyes, go ahead and just soften your gaze, let your eyes rest a bit. And so whatever is touching the ground, I want you to first notice what part of your body is touching the ground. So if you're sitting in a chair, it's going to be the soles of your feet, the backs of your legs are on the chair, and your upper back and lower back are on the back of the chair. If you're lying on your back or your belly, it will either be the whole front of your body or the whole back of your body. And notice what else you can feel here physically with your body. So you might feel your hands on your thighs. You might feel the sides of your arms alongside your torso. Maybe you come up and notice your head and notice how it is being held on top of your neck coming out from the rest of your spine. Scrunch your shoulders up toward your ears, nice and tight, and then let them drop down to your sides. And so know that we will be here for maybe 7-8 minutes or so. So see if you can get 5 or 10% more comfortable. Good. And so I'm going to ask you right now to bring your full attention to the place in your body where you tend to feel and store the most stress. So for some of you, it might be 1 or 2 places, but I want you to just pick one place. It might be in the belly, it might be up in the chest, maybe around your shoulders, maybe you feel it in your head or even down in your legs. But bring your attention to that point in your body And then take another moment, check in, and see if there is any stress or tension there right now. And if so, I want you to give it a number. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how much stress is in that particular part of your body right now? And so once you have your number, I just want you to catalog that number. We will refer back to it later. And then I want you to bring your full attention into a part of your body that feels neutral. Perhaps it's your legs, perhaps it is your hands, maybe it's the tip of your nose, maybe it's your belly or your chest or your back. But bring your full attention to a part of your body that feels neutral, a part of your body that feels safe, like it's untouched from any stress, any tension. And give yourself permission to be here fully, letting your full consciousness, your full presence be at this point in your body. And so we'll do a bit of a visualization here. If you can visualize your inhale moving into that neutral part of your body, and then you'll visualize your exhale leaving from that neutral part of your body and out through the crown of your head. And so we're not literally breathing into this part of the body, we're just imagining, we're visualizing as if we can breathe in and out from this neutral point. A few more breaths here. And then I want you to just breathe naturally. Rest. Bring your hands to your chest. Notice how you feel. And then bring your attention back to that point in your body where you tend to carry the most stress. So whether it is in your belly, in your shoulders, in your head, we're going to come back and visit that place. And again, on a scale of 1 to 10, I want you to notice how much stress you feel here. Good, so let's stay here a bit longer. Let's notice the quality of the sensations that you feel in this part of your body. Okay, and if at any time you feel like this is too much, I want you to go back to that place that feels neutral in your body. Do the exercise that we just did. So if it was your hands that felt neutral, you'll inhale as if you could breathe into your hands, each one of your fingers and fingertips, and exhale out through the crown of your head. Otherwise, you'll stay with me in this part that does feel a little bit uncomfortable, okay? Knowing that we're going to see if we can try to transform our relationship and our understanding of this uncomfortable sensation, okay? So you're in this part of your body that feels uncomfortable, that does not feel good to be in. And I want you to notice, what does it actually feel like? What does it feel like? Does it feel constricting? Does it feel tight? Does it feel like you have a corset on, or there's something wrapped around you really tight, like you can't breathe? Does it feel warm? Does it feel like there's a prickly sensation, or pins and needles? Does it feel just kind of vacant maybe, and it feels like you're not quite sure? Maybe the answer is you don't know because for so long you haven't let yourself really feel into this sensation, so that's okay too. So let's take a few quiet moments here together, and I want you to just explore this in your body. Remember, you can always root back in that neutral part of your body if you need to take a break. Good. A few more moments here. And take one more breath. Okay. So keep your eyes closed if you can. If you need to open them and just kind of take a moment, I want you to open your eyes and focus on something that is far away from you, something that's far across the room, or if you're outside, something really far in the distance. Take your hands back on your chest. Just notice how you feel right now. Just relax for a moment. This is hard work. You're doing great. Okay, so we're going to come back. When you're ready, I want you to come back into this part that does feel uncomfortable, this part of your body that feels uncomfortable, where you tend to hold this stress in. And take another moment or two to settle here. Let your eyes close again. Good, so we're going to split our attention. So I want about 50% of your attention to stay here. So stay in this part of your body that feels stress, feels tension. And then the other 50% of your attention, I want you to follow along. So we're going to bring that other 50% of the attention of our awareness down into our feet. So down into your toes, your big toes, your first, second, third, fourth toes, your baby toes, all the way down into the bottoms of your feet. If your feet are touching the ground, push your feet into the ground right now. Really push them down. And then release. Good. And then bring that 50% of your attention into your legs. And I want you to just tense your legs up. So whether you're sitting in the chair or on your back, just tense your legs up and release. Good. We're going to do the same with the arms. So make fists with your hands. Tighten your arms up, tighten your shoulders up. And totally release. And we're going to do it all together now. So the feet, the legs, the hands, any other part of your body that you can tense up. I want you to tense it up. Squeeze everything in toward the midline. Tuck your chin. Squeeze your shoulder blades. And then totally release. Let's spend a few moments here. Bring your hands to your chest. Notice how you feel. On a scale of 1 to 10, you'll answer once again, what is the intensity level of my stress right now in this particular part of my body? So the idea is that, say it started out at an 8 or even a 9 or 10 for some of you. Through sitting with it, being with it, and through tuning into different parts of the body, maybe the number comes down a bit, even if it's just 0.02%. Remember, all of this is a practice. We were not taught this when we were young. I was not taught this when I was young. This is something I've learned over years and years and years, and lots of trial and error, personal practice. And it will take time. So a few more moments here. When you're ready, bring your hands either down to your sides or on your lap. Let's take a couple deep breaths together, eyes closed if you feel comfortable. So you'll breathe in through your nose, send your breath all the way down into the bottom part of your lungs, feeling your belly, in a sense, come forward, your rib cage expand out to the sides. You're going to inhale, fill the lungs all the way up to the top. And as you exhale, gently draw your belly back toward your spine, initiating the exhale from the bottom of your lungs all the way out through the top. So you inhale from the bottom, up to the middle, up to the top, and you exhale from the bottom, the middle, to the top. Again, this is practice. Let's take a few breaths here. A 100% of your attention is on your breath right now. Good. One more breath. And so you can rest here for as long as you'd like. You might find naturally and intuitively, intelligently perhaps, your body, your awareness moves from that place in your body where you do feel a lot of tension and stress, because it wants to get in there, it wants to clear it out. Just that's the nature of it. So it naturally goes from this part of the body to that place that feels neutral, to kind of settle you, ground you in that place, and then back into that place that feels tension, and back and forth. And so let that happen. Let your attention kind of wander around your body. But notice I say wander around your body. So we're not wandering about our grocery list. We're not wandering about what happens after this video. We're not wandering about anything. We're wandering about, it's wandering about in the present moment, in what's happening in our body right now. Literally right now in this moment. Okay, so in that way, we are becoming friends with these sensations, these uncomfortable sensations in our body. We are getting to know these characters in our body. We call them stress, we call them panic, we call them anxieties. All of those are really great words when trying to communicate what it is we're feeling in our body. But my stress feels different than your stress. And I want you right now to know what your stress feels like in your body, even if there's no words for it. It's through these practices, it's through this that we can begin to transform. And just a note for those of you who feel like it's impossible to not feel stress, to not move through life with stress and anxiety and tension. First, I just want you to acknowledge that you feel that way, that it has been a lifetime of feeling stress. And it doesn't matter why or when or what or how, but I acknowledge you that you feel that way. I want you to acknowledge yourself that you feel that way. I've felt like that before. Just acknowledge that your self-identity is 100% wrapped up in this. And then see if there is a bit of willingness in there, a bit of willingness to maybe feel different. And if there's not a bit of willingness, if you can't see that little sliver of willingness, then maybe there's some willingness to find that willingness. And so whatever it is, if there's a little bit of willingness or some willingness to see that willingness, I want you to connect to that right now. I invite you to bring your hands to your chest. Take a moment here to do whatever you'd like with this time. I like to thank myself. Thank myself for engaging in self-care, for caring about myself enough to do a practice like this. And let's complete this practice by mentally saying a positive affirmation together. And so the positive affirmation I'd like to offer you is 3 words. I am whole. Repeat this 3 times mentally. I am whole. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Feel free to sit here for as long as you'd like. Maybe you come up with another affirmation on your own. I hope that this helps you. If you have any questions, feel free to get in touch with me. Otherwise, have a great rest of your day. Namaste.